welcome to another video. Long time coming, I know. This video is I can't even explain myself. I haven't uploaded a video in what seems I think is even more than a year. But yeah, let's ignore that and get back into making videos. This is obviously about Inktober, and Inktober this year was interesting for me because I had chosen to follow the official prompt list by Jake Parker. He was the one that started the whole Inktober thing about 3 or 4 years ago. And each year I have attempted to do Inktober, but I have never completed it. And that includes this year. I did manage to complete it, but it was like 10 days after that I finished my last piece. So that's a bit of a bummer. But I finished it nonetheless. And I think the reason I finished it this year, as opposed to the 3 or 4 times beforehand, 3 or 4, 3 or 2 or 3, yeah, whichever, is that I chose a theme and I chose a restricted colour palette. Now, my theme obviously was eyeballs, and I chose this theme because I love to draw eyes and eyeballs and things with eyes, and eyes are usually the first thing that I draw in a piece. And the colour palette was another thing I added on there, and I decided to, because originally I was like, okay, I'm going to do Inktober, I'm going to upload a piece every day to Instagram. And I wanted it to look concise and, like, you know, look good. So I thought, well, I'll do a restricted colour palette. And yeah, it worked out quite well. I don't know what made me choose the colours originally. I was flicking through colour palettes or colour selections on Pinterest and stuff like that, and this particular colour palette stuck out to me, so I did that. You may also notice that I did Inktober this year digitally, and I did that because, well, for one, it's easier to erase and fix mistakes and all that when you're doing things digitally. And I had done, my previous attempts at Inktober were done all traditionally from what I can remember. So I figured, well, why not? We'll try this one digitally and we'll see how we go. And it actually helped because I did the colour palette. It was easy to pick the colours to get them similar and the same and that sort of stuff. So that worked out quite well. You may have thought, did I get bored doing eyeballs every day? Truth be told, I kind of did a little bit. I know there's some prompts that were quite difficult to interpret with an eyeball and restricted colour palette. So, but I did my best, and I tried my hardest at it, and I got there for the most part. Pre-planning definitely helped. At the beginning of this video, you would have seen a quick clip of the Inktober prompt list for 2019 and a little squiggly sketch of each day. I didn't even squiggly sketch for each day. I did one page on Procreate on my iPad. Yeah, just did a little squiggle for each day as to what I thought I might want to do for that day for the drawing. And for the most part, it helped a lot. For some days, I deviated and did something slightly different to what I originally thought of, so that was good. You have to excuse me, I am a little bit sick right now, but I figured I want to get this video out because it's late enough as it is. There's some pieces I wish I could go back and fix up a bit, like Ghost, the one where it's like a ghost in the trees. It's kind of a bit bland, and I don't know, I started getting a bit not so detailed in the end because I was just getting tired, I guess. Like, I wanted to start drawing my own things, and like when you're drawing an eye piece every day, it gets a bit difficult to want to draw other things as well, especially with Inktober is definitely a hard time for most artists. And I think roughly each of these pieces took me between 15 and 20 minutes to half an hour. Some of the more elaborate ones, maybe 45 minutes. And that's what I was trying to do, was like limit the time I was spending on each one so I can get on with my day and draw other things if I so wish to on that day. But yeah, definitely having a theme. So, like, well, mine was eyeballs. And having a restricted colour palette for the whole month really helped me. I know for some people it would like completely hinder them, but for me it was definitely helpful because I had like a guide for each day. I found in previous years I did not have any idea of the type of drawing I wanted to do. I knew what the prompt was and I knew I wanted to draw it, but the pieces didn't mesh together as a whole unit, you know, like, so it became difficult to want to draw. But I found this year, because I had the prompt, I had the prompt list that I was going by, which was the official prompt list. I had the colours that I was going by, and I had the theme of eyeballs. It was more of like a challenge, a fun challenge to see how I could get all these elements to fit in the one image. And I found that to be quite fun at times. Most times, not all the time. It was really interesting as well to get the colours to work for each piece, because I found at the beginning I had the ring, the iris ring and the skull and all that sort of stuff, and it was quite easy to get the colours to fit for those. It was quite easy to get the colours to fit for most of them, but it just came down to like shading and like how I used the colours, make sure I used all of them or a variation of. And by variation of, I mean like lighter, darker, slightly off hue. But in essence, I did use all those colours in each piece. Do I think I'm going to do Inktober for next year? I'm a bit scared to, really, because this year was a bit of a success. I would want to do a theme and a colour scheme again, but I have no idea what on. I find eyes you can pretty much do anything with, generally speaking, as I've pretty much shown in these drawings. But I don't know, maybe hands, or I'd love to do one with fish. See if I can do an Inktober drawing for each prompt next year with fish. That would be interesting. And I don't know about a restricted colour palette, possibly. I like the idea of, and if I was to do that, I would definitely go digital again. I do like digital art for getting details and like fixing errors, really. Fixing errors is definitely the easiest. It's definitely easier with digital work, as you understand. So this artwork I did on my iPad with Procreate, the app. I only really used 2 brushes. One was more like a HB, I think it was actually a HB pencil brush, and the other one was just like a larger brush, like a painterly brush with a bit of texture in it. And each Inktober piece has a watercolor sort of background paper texture in the background, just to give it a bit more of a, you know, interesting look. That was my Inktober 2019. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up and comment below if you successfully completed Inktober 2019. And if you did you do it digitally? Did you do it traditionally? Did you do ink? What did you do? Let me know. That'd be awesome. Thanks guys. Bye.